ain't had us in the first half. I ain't gonna lie.
First took away. That's the best. Get your money's worth now.
Wine, what's popping? What's popping? This is the Red Hot Pepper Boys. It's Cheddar Chaz. I got my dog 5 here. I'm trying to see. There we go. How about to say? I thought Lala had something set up. I ain't want to mess nothing up.
Yeah,
let's
me neither.
let's we got to pay some bills, and we're gonna start off this show with a lot of truth. We're gonna speak truth to power. This program is brought to you by Scott Vicknair Injury Lawyers. Have you been injured in any kind of accident, car, truck, 18-wheeler, hurt offshore? Scott Vicknair handles it all. Give them a call, y'all, at 504-500-1111 for free. Yes, free consultation. They always fight for the win. To the Pelicans' credit, they tried to fight for the win. I thought it was a competitive game from at least 4 of the starters tonight. We're gonna talk about Yves Missi later on. But 5, how you doing, brother?
I'm straight, man. What's up with you, Chaz?
I'm just chilling, dog. I'm just chilling. That was too close. You know what I'm saying? It scared me, but I held my own. But man, shout out to CJ. If I'm not mistaken, CJ McCollum is now the all-time 3-point leader for the New Orleans Pelicans.
And 3-pointers made in 4 seasons.
In 4 seasons. And this season is, because first season wasn't a whole season.
Not even a whole season.
And this one hasn't been a whole season yet. So, damn.
3 seasons?
Trey, you got your work cut out for you, boy. You won't catch that record because he probably the only person going to catch the record.
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
But, I kind of want to start with the low-hanging fruit here, man. And we got to talk about the center position. Got to talk about Yves. Look, last season, a lot of people, they were talking about Daniel Gafford. And, I'm cool with analytics to a point. But at the same time, you gotta go with your common sense. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go with your common sense. Daniel Gafford is out here making the Pelicans look like little ass boys on the court.
Well, little boys with they out here.
Just destroying them 2-3 games in a row. It's embarrassing, right? It's embarrassing. And there's people who seem to think, well, you got your center position locked up for the future. I'm like, no, brother. No, you still have the same needs you had going into the season, which is shooting and rebounding and rim defense. To Missi's credit, he had 4 blocks, but 3 of those blocks came in the first quarter, if I'm not mistaken. If you want to look at Yves Missi's stats, and it's not bullying him because he is a rookie and he's not even supposed to be in this position, truthfully.
Yeah.
He went 0 for 4 from the field. That's his second or third scoreless game this season, if I'm not mistaken. No free throws, 7 total rebounds, 4 blocks, like I said before, and 2 fouls. And I'm scared to look. And I got to throw Daniel Tyson just off GP.
Nah,
Daniel Tyson's awful, bro. He's awful. I don't understand why you just don't throw JRE out there. But compared to Gafford went 9 for 9. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. He had 9 free throws made. No, I'm sorry. 4 from the free throw line. 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 blocks as well. PJ Washington, 10 of 20, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. It's dog. Why is this team so bad at rebounding, bro?
Because they're too fucking small, bro. That's really the point and blank of it. They're too small, and then to be small, small in stature, height wise, you're not Paul's girthy enough, right? You're not strong enough, right? These are real NBA bodies that you're going against, right? Daniel Gafford is a man.
Grown man.
He's a man.
Right.
You're not about to bully him. You're definitely not about to bully PJ Washington. That's not even even a thought process here. So it looks like you guys just have a bunch of guys that are 6'6" and 6'8" trying to guard. These are real basketball players. You're not going to be able to out rebound them with just effort. You better have some strength to you. You better have some size to you,
right?
To be able to be where the men play. Yeah, and that's under the rim,
right? And I mean, you saw Gafford put Zion on the ground quite a few times tonight. Was it dirty? Was it a foul?
Nah,
And they don't call it. No blood, no foul. But it's funny, if you're Willie Green, this is the game you get to tech early and kind of set the tone for the officiating the rest of the game. But generally, bro, this is how Gafford plays. Gafford is a physical guy, and you can't let the script be out. Oh, if you play the Pelicans physically, they're gonna just curl up and cry. Like, you can't let that be the script. And so far, man, I'm gonna say during this entire tenure, that's been the script. Let's shout out a couple people in the chat, man. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the join button, subscribe. We got Mr. Strong, Franco, Spectacular Insight, our dog Corey, King Sam, Lala. We got Killer Cam. We got Rachel in the building, Chevy, Inferno, DJ Brand, always, Brad Ford. What's happening with everybody? Richard Dollar, Tyler, Willie Green's Burner. Willie, if that's really you, we got to talk.
We got it. Hey,
boot game. I was born. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I knew I had a couple pauses, but dog, you got to talk about the real elements of basketball at times. Like, the big man in basketball at some point was extinct. Now, when they play the Pelicans, like, teams understand, like, hey, we have to play inside out. And when you got a guy like dog, it was one point last season, I think Gafford was like, he had like 5 games straight where he didn't miss a shot. And he shot like,
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, like, I remember that. I think he like broke an NBA record. Like, this ain't no sad dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know the rumors were out there they were going to trade him when they still had Lively was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not a bad NBA player. Like, dude can it's just like, and then you see it like on a team against the Pelicans where people want to play small. Like, no, one, he has the ability to have the agility to go left and right, and he can impact the game at a super high level. So, I mean, we had talked about Gafford when he was on the chopping blocks before
the Wizards.
Before Dallas ended up with him. Man, he would have been perfect alongside a Zion. Like, and to your point earlier about Yves, like, Yves needs to be a backup. Like, he shouldn't be your starter. Oh shit! Shout out to Sam, man. Oh man, my dog.
Oh, our dog Sam. Appreciate you, Sam. Starting it all right. Same game parlay. Shout out to CJ on that record. Big dog. We appreciate you, homie.
We're so proud of you, sugar.
Oh, Grandma.
Say, could you lay 1,000 on Grandma, okay?
Come on now, Grandma just gave you $1,000 what, 2 days ago?
Well, what the fuck is the matter with you? I had to get my hair fixed and my nails. Shit, you want me to style, don't you? Shit. What the fuck? Well, thank you, baby. You're so proud.
See, y'all follow Sam's lead, bro, because these likes, shout out to Game Osborne and Corey, they always keep a track of the likes. This come on, dog. Now look, if I gotta get physical with you, hey, hit the like.
Yeah.
Try not to put hands and feet on nobody. Please hit the like button.
Hit the button, man. Nobody wants to get Gafford level physical with. If we need to.
Yeah, hey,
push the button.
Yeah, old school Crenshaw Mafia stump out. But let's get into the game. I thought, man, if you want to talk about some positives, you had 4 starters scored 20 plus points tonight, and pretty efficiently. CJ of course had some heaves at the end, but it was like game's kind of over. But you had Trey Murphy with 32. He's bounced back majorly with his efficiency. Zion 29 points on another efficient game for him. He only missed 2 free throws. That's good. We're gonna just skip over Yves. We talked about that. Jesus, Yves. CJ McCollum, 23 points on 21 shots. Not the most efficient night. Had chipped in 8 assists, so that's cool. DeJounte Murray, 9 of 17, 3 for 7 from beyond the arc, including the big 3 at the end of the game in the clutch. 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. So he kind of did his usual. Yeah. What did you make of how the offense seemed to be in rhythm from the starting unit tonight?
Yeah, I talked about this a couple nights ago where, like, just playing with the same guys multiple times, Paul's like, it makes, like, you can get in rhythm that way, right? Mm. This team has been so injury prone that, you wouldn't know who you were playing alongside. Yeah, it's cool to play with Jordan Hawkins at times, but that doesn't necessarily cut it on a, 10-game stretch. Like you need to gain some rhythm and understand like who's next to me and what their tendencies are and how they like the ball. You know, when you pass it to them, like that's all the part of the game of basketball. You know, cohesion and discipline and time makes a lot of sense when you're playing alongside guys over and over and over. That actually matters in this game. It's not like Willie Green's putting them in a better predicament. No, they're doing it themselves. I mean, you could see the light bulb kind of flashing with Zion and Trey on the court at the same time. Yeah. And then you add in DeJounte finding his rhythm. I think he had a lot of good shots, a lot of good decisions, a lot of catch and shoots. There weren't really that many bad shots taken from him. His mid-range was going. Like, this is just them finding their rhythm and timing all at the same time. You can see where it can lead to. I want to get to Zion a little bit. I want Zion to play like that every game. I don't give a fuck if it's a loss.
With an aggression, this attack.
Yeah, like don't let nobody off the hook. Get used to it now. Everybody got to go through that where like you're not going to get calls. Right. He just has to go through it a little bit longer. But keep driving, keep making it a point of emphasis. Maybe next year we'll get you a coach that actually gives a fuck. Like keep making sure like the referees want to call shit. If you got to pick up a tech or two, do that. But keep playing with that same aggression. Don't let the refs take you out the game.
Justin joining us.
My dog.
Justin was in the building.
Didn't get kicked out. I actually stayed in the building. Did not get kicked out tonight. It was actually impressive.
Didn't get kicked out. You know, so Justin, being in the building, what did you see from the starting unit and the energy and the efficiency they were playing with, as well as we want to get your take on Yves Missi after that. But what did you think initially of the starting unit?
Yeah, definitely want to talk about Missi. Man, it's fun. I thought tonight was great. I thought
shout out dog Sam with that two-piece exciting game, fellas. Appreciate you, Sam.
Yeah, man, Zion and Trey and DeJounte was fun tonight. I thought tonight someone just sent a tweet like, man, it's like they keep losing, but I thought it was like tonight was perfect. It was an entertaining game.
It was super ideal.
Perfect. They lost. It was an entertaining game. You saw what Zion Williamson, Trey Murphy, Zion and Trey combined for, they go 24-35. They combined for 61 points. And then DeJounte at multiple times tonight had some heaters. I thought those three looked great tonight. I thought Zion, this is the best I've seen Zion look all year. All year. I mean, there was one point, Jarrett, it might have been early fourth quarter. Jose was bringing up, and Zion was like, no, give me the ball. Like, just get out the way. Give me the basketball. And I was like, I ain't seen that before. I have not seen that before. And so that was good to see tonight. And then obviously you had Trey Murphy. You had the back-to-back alley-oops. He goes, 5 of 9 from deep. Like, Zion and Trey make sense. That's the duo. And then DeJounte, once again, he's starting to get his footing. It looks like he's starting to get more comfortable in the offense. I mean, he was 27 points, 9 of 17 from the field, 3 of 7 from deep. He gets the line 6 times. Once again, Chaz, I don't know if you've talked about it. I joined a little bit late, but Trey Murphy gets the line 9 times tonight.
I haven't talked about that.
So you're talking about a guy that not only is, dunking the basketball, shooting threes, playmaking, he's also getting the line 9 times. Like, we talked about this. Like, this is the ascension of Trey Murphy. Have you all talked about Daniel Tice? Because
well, that's for you. First, we gotta talk about Yves Missi first.
Yeah, Yves is.
What did you make of Yves and just the center position in total? Yeah,
it's a joke. It's the worst center position group in the league, and we've been talking about this for years. Look, it is. Yves has done more than what I expected of him, but he's definitely hit a wall, and that's okay. That's totally fine. Gafford tonight just destroyed him. I mean, you want to talk about footwork. I mean, you want to talk about he got dunked over. He couldn't box him out. He's just he's in a wall, and that's okay. And the problem is that when a rookie hits a wall, you usually need somebody else to step up in that place, and your guy is Daniel Tice. And I'm watching Daniel Tice tonight. He doesn't belong in the league. He don't belong in the league.
He belongs on that list. Matter of fact, let me get a picture of that list.
He got 18 minutes tonight.
JRE was a little surprising considering how bad. It's not like JRE is this great option, but considering how bad everyone else was, I mean,
it goes back to your point, Chaz, that we talked about earlier today. It's like Tice was like when we came into the season, Tyson's is like a starting center.
Yeah.
Like he was our starting center. Thank God Yves Missi had a good couple months, but now you're starting to see it level out. So I don't know, man, but it goes back to the bad construction of David Griffin on the roster.
See, this is the fucking problem. This is the goddamn problem here. This is the goddamn problem.
It's the bots.
Clearly,
it's the bots.
Clearly, like y'all think I'm pussy. Clearly. So if y'all want to do this, we can do this.
For the audio listeners, can you tell what's going on?
We got 171 people watching. We got 69 likes in the building.
Oh.
This is ridiculous.
Hey,
this is unacceptable.
Hold on.
Jeffrey trying to save him. Jeffrey trying to save people.
Oh, woo! Y'all better thank Jeffrey. Y'all better thank Jeffrey. Jeffrey with that dub.
This woman obviously had lost her damn mind. She needs psychotropic medication. She pulls out her breasts and she's juggling them. Look like she about to fall over. Then she bends over and pulls down her panties. Spreads her cheeks. I'm not lying. I'm telling you what's on the video. Spreads her cheeks. This is madness.
I think Jeffrey stalled y'all out and bought y'all some time.
Stall them out, Jeff. Stall them out.
Shout out, Jeff. Before you get to your next point, Chaz, I wanted to point this out. And it just goes back to the fans of this city who's very passionate. I was shocked with how many people were in the stadium tonight. I didn't expect much from the upper bowl. The lower bowl, people were engaged. They were loud. Like really, truly, like this city has some of the best fans, most loyal fans. If you just give them a good product.
I mean, we're not even asking for a NBA. Well, we want one. Don't get it twisted. We want one. But we're not even asking for that. We're just asking for a mid-tier product.
An average. Just average. Jared, just give me average. Just give me average.
Just average. And then we can build on top of it. But your floor should be just average.
With the parking, the Super Bowl coming in a couple weeks. Like, I'm telling you, I was shocked, Chad, with how many people were there tonight. The guy that I went with,
we was looking for a cute, bad built bitch. Like, can she at least be cute? Damn.
Chaz,
like, what's popping with y'all, man? We see y'all in the building. We got a lot of new people, new names here. Make sure y'all smash the like button, man.
Shout out to that boy.
Damn, Savage. I haven't seen you in a while, bro. Welcome back,
shout out to Savage.
We got Savage.
H. Bizzle, we said that the defensive system is also at fault for the bad rebound. The Eves having to defend a guard while CJ fights for a rebound against a power forward or center. I think I saw that on that last I think Gafford put back. Yeah. I saw something like that. Bro. And I was like, what are y'all doing here?
Gafford's a problem.
Yeah. No, Gafford's not the fucking problem. He's not like the problem is you don't have a person that can even play him to a draw. See, the crazy thing is, Justin, PJ had like 14 rebounds too.
And here's the thing. At one point, I was with the guy I was with tonight. I was like, Klay Thompson's getting wide open. I'm like, Klay Thompson, like, how are we allowing Klay? Yeah, defensively, they scored 80 points tonight in the second half. And this is Willie Green's strength. Like, once again, go back to like, this is Willie Green's strength, is coaching. It goes back to like the whole Dennis Allen thing. It's like the Saints were getting blitzed, like defensively. They were giving up like 30. It's like, this is Dennis Allen's strength here. This is Willie Green's strength. And you're giving up 137, 139. What did they give up to Memphis a week ago? They gave up like 137. Like, man, it's bad. They're bad.
Dennis Allen, but you wasn't far off. Shout out to Prospect and Shane, young Prospect and Shane in the building. You wasn't far off. So, personally, I feel like Dallas and swept the Pelicans at home if the refs make the fucking call. You taking food off my table. But it's like, I don't know, man. It's just, I was looking at you like Terry Bone. I know. Like, when you think about, shout out to Rachel, when you just think about, like, even before Eves hit the proverbial rookie wall, there was something like you were having issues defensively on the boards. And right now, you gotta like Trey's contributing on the board, Zion contributing, DeJounte always contributes. CJ for his size contributes, and it's like the missing piece is the center position. Let's go to the numbers here. I think let me see. I mean, how many boards is that?
16 offensive rebounds tonight again, Chaz.
We were out rebounded by 20 tonight.
Justin, how many? What's the shot total differential?
Are we doing this again?
96 to 95. The Pelicans had one less. Free throws 43 to 31, and that's kind of I'm sorry, 22 to 17 in the Pelicans' favor. So the Pelicans had more free throws.
That's a lot of turnovers.
3-point shootings, 20 or 43 for Dallas, and the Pelicans were 15 to 31. You got a couple people who don't typically contribute from behind the arc made a couple threes.
They shot a high percentage from three.
You know what's funny? You want to hear something funny? So New Orleans is 26 in the league, giving up offensive rebounds at 12.1. Dallas is actually tied at 12.1. That's going to change tonight as Dallas out-rebounded you on the offensive glass 16 to 10. 16 to 10. And like it goes back
in the building. Did it feel that way, Justin?
Oh God, yeah. Like at one point you're like, Gafford, like, is anybody boxing out Gafford? But Chaz, and I can't even blame Willie Green. I can't. It goes back to David Griffin at Media Day, and we make it a joke saying we're going to figure it out. And you have not figured it out. I'm not making shit up here, okay? I'm telling you a fact that you give up the 5th most offensive rebounds in the NBA, and now you're going to be the 4th after tonight. So what have you figured out? Like, are you going to hold yourself accountable? This is my problem here. You say things, and then you don't follow up on them.
Well, Justin, I'm not going to let you get away with that because I know Griffith's kind of, he's kind of fumbled this whole Brandon Ingram thing. Shout out to Stelman in the building, also, a.k.a. Uncle Phil. He's fumbled this whole Brandon Ingram thing. Okay, Zion's been a pain in the butt. Griff's used to that. But let's look at the bigs or centers rather. He's tried to bring it in the past. You got Derek Favors. Big shout out to Derek Favors. You got
Steven Adams.
Steven Adams when Steven Adams was a fucking mummy. And you extended Steven Adams immediately.
You don't even have Valanciunas.
Yeah, I don't even got JV because JV was actually kind of all right.
He was the scapegoat. He was the scapegoat in this whole thing.
You got Nicola Melli. You got Lotto pick Jackson Hayes.
Daniel Tice.
You got Colored Man's Game, Tuskegee Airman Gary Clark. You got you got Jordan Hawkins who's out tonight, so shout out to him. You got Kyra who isn't in the league anymore. You got Dyson Daniels who's averaging 12 points on 12 shots right now out there in ATL. Sadaransky is somewhere coaching a fucking Alaskan rugby team. Temple is in Toronto. We're going to talk about Toronto in a minute. Devontae Graham isn't in the league anymore. Nicola Melli works for the old Italian mob in Sicily. Naw is fighting for his life in Minnesota right now. Jackson is in LA doing what Jackson Hayes does.
No, you still forgot Josh Richardson.
Oh yeah, Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson back in
which gave
Miami.
4 seconds.
And DJ.
We said a first. We traded a first to get Devontae Graham and 4 seconds to get rid of him. This is some bullshit.
And then you still haven't said Tony Snell.
Oh, Tony Snell, who's also not in the league anymore. I didn't mind the Tony Snell acquisition because it was salary.
What I did mind is when Tony Snell played over Trey Murphy.
Yeah, now that Willie Green, you was out your motherfucking mind for that. You was out your motherfucking mind. But I'm tripping. That radio, You remember Radio Mama had the yearbook after football season was over? And she was like, who's that young man? He said, that radio. It's Willie Green. So he is. This fucking guy, man. Shout out to the doctor.
Let me ask Chaz, can I ask you this? Or Jared, whoever. Can you really blame Yves Missi right now? Like,
he's not supposed to be in this position. We don't blame.
It almost feels like a little bit
like
Larry Nance. It almost feels a little bit like Larry Nance, where like you were playing Larry Nance 33 minutes a night.
I don't want to disrespect him like that because I think Larry Nance had a lot to do with him playing those additional minutes.
Yeah, he raised his hand for those.
Yeah, but like you're at a point now where Yves hasn't scored in back-to-back games. He goes 0 for 4 tonight. 7 rebounds. Well, he had 4 blocks. Yeah, great. Plus 13. But he's clearly struggling.
Yeah, this is what but again, this is like a good struggle, right, Justin? Like he needs stuff like this. I really want to see how he responds, right? Like how do you respond going into, hey, you just made the rookie team for All-Star. Yeah, you get all this, but now you getting your ass beat on the basketball court night in, night out right now. How do you respond? That's gonna really let me know who Yves Missi is, right? Like, yeah, you were the underdog. Now people know you. Now you're on some sort of scouting report. Okay, cool.
Oh.
What can you do now?
You know what? Shout out to Games Osborne. I'm not sure what the other 100 people in the building doing right now.
Yeah, just hit the button. It's free.
We're gonna play this. At the end of this, we need to run the likes up. Can we get at least 150? Can we get at least 150 after this?
I say, this is Frankie and Johnny's, a place that lets you have it with no problem.
I'd like to buy a bedroom set.
Do you have any credit?
No, I receive Social Security and welfare.
You have to see the special man.
Let her have it. With no problem.
I'd like to buy a living room set.
Do you have any credit?
No, I filed bankruptcy.
You have to see the special man.
Let her have it. With no problem.
I say, see Frankie and Johnny, easy credit man in town for only $50 down. They can put you in a living room set, a bedroom set today. See the special man.
I got the $50.
Let her have it. With no problem.
I need his sunglasses or glasses. I need that guy's sunglasses.
Yo, that's the motherfucker Sam Rothstein's. You went over my head? You told me I was bringing the heat down on you?
I need those sunglasses. I need them.
You know what's funny? As a kid, that's an entertaining video.
Yeah.
But as an adult, you see that it's really like predatory lending.
Yeah.
it's like fucking, yeah, this bedroom set. Woo. That's what
I filed bankruptcy, but let her have it.
APR got to be 75%.
Have y'all talked about CJ yet? Setting the record?
Yeah, we spoke about it. But go ahead. What do you think about it on the final shot?
3 years. And CJ gets a lot of flack from this fan base, which I don't understand because of his playoff performance, whatever. But in 3 years, CJ set the all-time 3-point record.
Not even a full 3 years.
Yeah.
No, 2.5. Like, you got to play enough games to do that. You got to be a really, really good shooter to do that.
Yep.
And he did it in what did Drew do it in 6-7 years?
Yes.
With no coach.
Man.
We're still not even with no coach, bro.
Like, look, like, have your thoughts on CJ McCollum, but like, he's going to, when he gets traded or whatever happens, like, he's gonna go down as a top 2 or 3 guard in this franchise history.
Hey, listen to me, Justin.
And I don't know if there's anyone's trade will probably break that record.
Listen to me. I know this is gonna sound crazy. In February, the Pelicans will play the San Antonio Spurs on a little weekend series, right? They need to retire Chris Paul's jersey.
The Pelicans?
Yes. Do it while he's
number 3. You would give it to Chris
Paul.
Okay.
Chris Paul. Yeah. Chris Paul. Retire Chris Paul's jersey, without a doubt. CJ McCollum will be the last person to wear number 3 in the world. Hopefully, maybe if you haven't traded CJ will be again the person that gives Chris Paul, hey, listen, your jersey is going to get retired. I'll be the last person to wear it here while you're playing, because Chris Paul, he won't win an NBA championship. Give him his flowers while he's playing. Chris is super emotional. He'll start crying and shit. Like, that'd be dope. It would be dope. This is a perfect time for New Orleans to garner some good energy. Finally, you act like a real franchise and do something out of the box that no one's ever done before. You're going to retire a jersey for a player that's done more for you. The clip came out, like regurgitated itself, came out. It was all over social media saying, yeah, Chris didn't want to leave, but the shit was a mess. He loves the city. He's super connected to the city. He didn't want to leave. He was almost forced to leave based on decisions made by the front office and the organization. Please do this. I know y'all don't have any fucking strategies and people that really think about shit like this. Please do this. Give Chris Paul his flowers while he's still playing. Don't wait till he retires. Don't wait for none of that shit. Do it now.
Yeah, I think it'd be rare for it to do it, but like Jared, to your point, I think Chris, look, I will always be a Chris Paul fan. Growing up as a kid, he was like my idol. I loved going to games with my dad, watching him. It sucks to see a lot of the fan base. He talks about how the fans boo him and everything like that, but yet he still invests in the community. He still loves the city, and what people don't understand is when he's, I think it's the podcast. Is it with Ryan Clark or
it was a pivot. It was a minute ago.
And so what he's saying is like, dude, we didn't know if we were going to be in New Orleans or not. Like, we didn't know if we had no clue. So like, why would I stay here? Like, once again,
was that the Alamo days? They practicing at the Alamo?
Yeah. Like they were practicing fucking oh my god, the Hilario Center.
Hilario, I said the fucking Alamo.
The Hilario Center. And so like, what would you do if you're like one of the best point guards in the league and you're with a franchise that may or may not be here? Like, yeah, of course you're gonna force your way out. And like David West was gone and Peja was gone and all these other
traded Tyson.
They didn't have an owner. Like, yeah, you're gonna leave. And so I've always I didn't like when Chris Paul left. Don't get me wrong, but like becoming an adult, I have a lot of respect for Chris
because
Paul.
We know more now than we did. We had no clue on what was actually happening, and there were no outlets for players to talk about the other side of playing in the NBA for a team that didn't know what was going on. They were being told that the team was being sold, like they might move to San Diego. Like, all right, well, I love this city, and I gotta leave before they leave. I don't want to be stuck in San Diego.
Right. Yeah, look, fans can have their own opinion about it. I just think that when it's also, I feel like it's almost like a Nick Saban. I'm not saying it is, Jared, but like it's almost a little bit of a Nick Saban comparison. Like where Nick Saban's now like the biggest mistake was leaving LSU. When Nick Saban retired from Alabama, I was like, he's always been one of my favorite coaches, but now like I got like mad love for Nick Saban.
Think about that. Right. Two individuals like Nick Saban and Chris Paul, like almost regretting
leaving
Louisiana because of how affectionate the people were. Had nothing to do with the sports teams themselves, but the way Nick Saban talks about like Louisiana fans, it makes you feel like he didn't really vibe with Alabama fans.
But Jared, not only fans, but also athletes and kids he coached.
Yeah.
And so like I think Chris Paul says it a lot too. Like Chris Paul's like, you never hear Anthony Davis says because he's a coward, but Chris Paul says, he had a connection with this city like no other.
Yeah.
And when someone says that, like they ain't lying about that shit, bro.
No.
Like he's probably, in my opinion, the best player to ever play for this franchise. Better than Anthony Davis. So I don't know how we got on this topic, but like I'm glad.
I mean, either I'm ready to move on from it.
Go ahead.
Shout out to Will Chill. I don't think anyone can accurately be evaluated a judge under this freaking regimen. Missi would be rookie of the year under 28. I don't know if he's rookie of the year.
Well, you can't evaluate
Ware because Ware's fucking balling.
Yeah, I mean, you can't evaluate Brandon Ingram either. So I mean, because he doesn't show. Yeah. So I don't. Can you pull that?
What's one?
Hey. When we get red boxes around the screen, man, Lala crazy, bro.
Yeah, a lot of the beast. Shout out to DJ Tram Game. Say love CP3. Still rock my white CP3 jersey. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The one with the pinstripes, because the pinstripes was, to me, Chris Paul was really only hit like 3 or 4 years because he was fucking OKC.
Years,
It's like,
but his best years came though.
I'm not discounting his greatness at all, but when you really think about like, damn, Anthony Davis for 7 fucking years. I can't believe Drew was here that long.
Zion's been here for 6. Brandon Ingram's been here for 6.
Yeah,
both Anthony Davis and Chris Paul have won more playoff series in less years than Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson.
Oh fuck, Chris Paul only got what 2, 1. He got 1. Yeah, man, them dudes was trash. Fuck all them dudes. Now that I think about it, dudes ain't shit. Them dudes ain't did a fucking thing.
Dog.
Almost ass winning dude. Man, get these guys the fuck out of here. Nick Saban.
You gotta start somewhere.
Nick Saban went to Miami, and they was like, "You ain't shit. Get out of here." And he went like, "Hey, you never know. The grass isn't always greener. You never know what you got. Fuck out of here, Nick." But shout out to Nick Saban and Davis.
Fuck out of here, Nick.
Yeah, but we gonna take a message from DraftKings. I just realized that motherfucker beat the Mavericks and went to 7 games against the Spurs. Oh, we should have won that fucking series.
Don't say Gennaro Pargo.
Oh man,
it's the most wonderful time of the year.
for getting in hoops, football, and hockey action at DraftKings Sportsbook. In the season of giving, we're being gifted college football and college basketball, pro football and pro basketball, and add pro hockey too, almost 24/7. And here's a gift for all new customers. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BOOT. That's code BOOT, BOOT, for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Happy holidays from DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Yo, shout out to DraftKings. Shout out to DJ Trauma Gaming back in Super Chat with that 5 pieces. Say normal home white. I'm guessing you mean with the teal. Yeah. Wish I had the gold. Saw a guy with the Mardi Gras Fires CP3 joint. I was so jealous. PJ grabbed 14, shipped the guys out, man. Yo, dog, that Bucks Austin jersey was fire. The Bucks one and the Valentine's Day red one they had, I think that was OKC. That shit was cold. They just never did anything fly.
Like the Buck, yeah, they wore the Bucks jersey like 2 or 3 times. I remember
they wore that shit once.
You sure?
They wore it once, and I remember
one game I met Jacoby Jones. I remember, rest in peace.
Didn't they have like a CP3 bobblehead?
Yeah, I think so. You might have it.
Uh-oh.
I know it was crazy. I got it.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
The Bucks jersey. Yeah.
Yep. Dog. I remember that game.
Only one time,
I think it was one time. I might still have that newspaper, bro. I remember it because I think they played against Larry Brown, if I'm not mistaken. Because Larry Brown played for the Bucks.
Yeah.
And I think Tyson Chandler just had a fucking crazy game. It was down to the wire. And Tyson Chandler, I think he had just came back because the trade didn't go through. Remember they tried to trade him the first time and he failed the physical?
Yeah.
And I think he tried to trade him to the Sonics or something. Man, this was a long time ago. But so so we got some news about Brandon Ingram potentially going to the Raptors. It depends on how you want to interpret it. Mark Stein, he been kind of shout out dog Zeke, man.
Gifted one Boot Crew Media membership. So how does that work?
Oh, hold on, you paying for
you paying for somebody?
And this like his 6 or 7 1 man. Zeke a real dude, man.
That
Zeke did me, homie. Yo, man, and shout out my dog Trey Laster. Ace Bailey tonight, 35 points, 5 of 8 from beyond the arc.
I'm telling you, bro.
He goes to the right organization.
Just be top 3.
That's what I'm saying. He'd have to go to the right place. Like
he go to the right place, he gonna be cold.
Yeah.
He go to the right place, he gonna be cold. Shout out to Sanola Freebie out. We trying. Fuck, you think it's for a lack of effort? Trying to get this guy the fuck out of here.
I mean, it's been 2 months. It's been 2 months for a severe ankle injury. So I mean,
yeah. Brad, put a little herb on.
He did twist that motherfucker though. Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you.
What's crazy to me is he on the Dr. Sebi medical wave, and you still take all day. You might as well just try modern medicine. That shit clearly ain't working. But what do y'all think about the Stein report that
this is so funny to me, Chaz. We had a conversation. Look, I posted something about RJ Barrett, and we got people saying that RJ Barrett is a worse fit than branding him to Zion Williams. Just get Brandon out the building. Like I just need if you could somehow get RJ Barrett for branding him, I'll take it.
Do you think Brandon and the team are on the same page right now? 5 and Brand? No, y'all don't think 5?
Fuck no.
Hey, Chaz, Brandon doing his thing, the team's doing their thing.
Indeed.
Are you kidding me, bro? Like, absolutely not.
You think Brandon and Clutch on the same page?
No. They don't even know he's never mind. Chaz, do you let me ask you this. Do you
That's why we pay for memberships here.
You think like if there was just say Toronto's the trade partner, what's the trade look like in your opinion?
To me, Toronto has to clear some salary for this past. Oh, DJ Tron went back in the building. Said would have thrown snowballs at Willie head for a Bucks GM. Yeah, he probably would have caught him with his mouth. But shout out to DJ Tron. Appreciate you, dog. But throw ice. But no fucking Sub-Zero mask. But anyway, shout out dog Sam. We got a new mentor.
Chaz can't get the trade proposal.
Y'all showing love, man. You know I gotta shout my people.
Love come before everything, man.
Yeah, true. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, I think it has to be RJ Barrett just because the Raptors have to clear some cap space moving forward. Because you kind of got a little bit of your core in place. Right now, it looked like they might be chasing that play-in spot with the Bulls losing. Atlanta just lost Jalen. So I think it gotta be. If I'm the Pelicans, I'm like, look, just give me RJ and Kelly Olynyk, because if you're the Pelicans, you need salary going into this offseason. You need tradable contracts because
26 mil.
Yeah, like let's say RJ's contract is gonna bump up. We got another member, Jay in the building. Jay, another person on Twitter, always showing love. Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate y'all. We got the best fans in the world on this show.
Really,
man.
dude. Yeah. Really.
We appreciate y'all, man.
Undefeated.
But with the Pelicans right now, so the Pelicans looking at roughly. So the trade, in my mind, is RJ Barrett and Kelly Olynyk, right? They got other mechanisms, like you could do Bruce Brown, and maybe you move Bruce Brown to a third team for a couple of seconds, or you're not getting Chris Boucher, I don't think, just because I think he's too coveted of a player right now. And especially how the Pelicans made him look, because they took that picture where he did like the sniper rifle shit. They put that picture everywhere. I'm like, come on, y'all just let motherfuckers embarrass y'all. But if you're the Pelicans, you have roughly $31 million this offseason with 10 players on the roster. And this is not including signing Brandon Boston. And let's just say you get the number one pick, right? Praise be. That's about another $13 million. So subtract what? Maybe 15 away from that 31. That'll leave you with roughly 16. So you got $16 million. You don't have a starting center. You don't have a backup point guard really that you can play all the time. You still don't have enough shooting. Like they have to get tradable salary in the building so you can at least sign and trade for Nash Reed, sign and trade for a player that you would really be interested in. Like, to me, even bringing Brandon back, even if I liked Brandon as a player, it wouldn't make any sense because you can't afford him. You would only have 11 players on the roster. Let's say he said, all right, chill out, another new member. Appreciate you, big dog. Y'all hit the join button, man. We appreciate all y'all showing love. Well, let's say Brandon say, I'll come back for $25 million, right? Okay, cool, Brandon. How you going to sign your fucking draft pick? Are you going to be a luxury tax team with this same? You're a tax team now. You're going to be a luxury tax team? You're going to, like, how you going to sign
this
your
is
pick?
why y'all should listen to Chaz. Like, he plays it out for you perfectly. But to your point, Chaz, like, Jared, you're a big Duke guy. RJ Barrett and Zion, they don't fit together?
They can play together. I mean, just, again, we talked about, we can look at DeJounte, Trey Murphy, Zion on the court together. Just time on the court makes sense. If they're not on the court together, then none of this shit makes sense. You can't really evaluate it. I think you wasted so much time thinking you had time to evaluate, and you didn't. If you just have, I mean, RJ plays a lot of games. Mm-hmm. I think he would influence.
That's very important. He plays more than Brandon.
You know exactly. So, like, he would influence Zion and be like, hey, bro, you got to play too, to even make it make sense for everybody. Just having somebody that is familiar with Zion. We saw how he was with the likes of like a teaspoon, just someone that he can, connect with. This would be another iteration of that with just somebody actually on the court that he has some semblance of a relationship with. Hey, yo, you can influence Zion. Hey, you need to play so we can play, and then we can be better together.
The membership is a monthly subscription. So if you wanted to just join the membership and not send the super chat, that'd be cool too. Appreciate you though. My bad. He says, "Stay hard on this." Hey, yo, God damn, that's not exactly the quote.
You added some sauce to that one, huh?
Yeah,
appreciate you, Ethan. The funny thing about that though, Jarrett, to your point, RJ Barrett, like, say what you want about him. He's a bad fit and all this other bullshit and never played the game before, but let's see here nor there. He's averaging a career high 22 points per game. He's shooting 35%. Yeah, I'm feisty tonight. He's shooting 35% from deep on 5 attempts. He's averaging a career high in rebounds and assists. So he's having a career year across the board.
Imagine playing alongside Zion and Trey Murphy. You're going to get more. Yeah, you're going to get more open shots, right? Catch and shoots. You're going to be a little bit older, and with age, your shot gets a little better.
Because you give time for Dyson Daniels, but you're not give time for RJ Barrett. Like,
not only that, like to File's point and to Justin's point, this is also a upcoming contract year for RJ. Like he
also said, like, sorry, Chaz, I'm going to cut you off. Like, to your contract, he's making $27 million next year and $29 million the following year.
Yeah, so he's pretty much
new money. That new TV money deal is going to come into play too. So like,
it's also a situation where he's trying to get his next contract soon. Like Zion too. Like you about to get into the point where now you're playing for your extension and your financial future. And it's like, bro, you still have so many holes on this roster, bro. You still have so many positions of need on this roster. You don't. Let's say you get a starter. Okay, cool. If Tice twists his ankle, I'm sorry, not Tice. If Missi twists, nah. Hey, I had some KFC the other day. They got a Tuesday special. If it's dark meat, legs and thighs. But if Missi twists his ankle, you don't even have a backup 5. You know what I'm saying? You realistically you need a backup 4. But you're going to run it back with fucking JRE? You know what I'm saying? If Jose is hurt a lot. So let's say you keep Jose. All right, so who your backup point guard going to be? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just think about this bench unit. Just think of this. Picture this.
It's not good.
Picture this. You bring Brandon back. Okay, cool. Herb, you're going to the bench. You know, we're gonna just do it like this. Herb, you're on the bench. Let's say CJ, you're on the bench too, CJ. All right, so it's Brandon, Zion, DeJounte, Trey, and Missi, right? Is hey, if you know, you know.
JV knows.
Yeah. So it's Missi, right? Think about this second unit. You got 34-year-old CJ, right? Making $30 million. Let's say Hawkins plays. You got Hawkins. You got Jose Alvarado, Brandon Boston, and you ain't even got a backup big. Carlo, you got Carlo, right? Is that like a real like,
NBA team?
Yeah, like you're trying for where you're trying to go. If you have real aspirations of being successful, do you come on, man? And you probably in the tax again, and you still ain't got no money to sign your draft pick.
So once again, you have to move Brandon Ingram. You have to move CJ McCollum. Like the money doesn't make sense.
Yeah, cool. Like you have to move both of them. Shout out to Yaya Cole. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button. But yeah, you have to move both of them. And shout out to Clay. Yeah, Jose and Boston played very well, but those are two.
Bro, I like Brandon Boston.
Yeah, I do as well. But they're two like situational.
Exactly.
Friends.
He's a great situational guy, a plug and play guy. You know, like he might get 20 minutes one day, he might get 5. Like
and truthfully, you don't need to play Jose and Boston at the same time. Because Boston is best on ball, and I would really say Jose is better off ball. I think Jose has turned himself into a really solid catch and shoot guy.
I think it's a balance for Jose. He's had to play different roles at times. I don't think he's a bad passer, to be honest. Like there's times where, especially in like a pick and roll situation, he can play really well. And I think, but that also is matchup dependent,
right?
To who he is. If he plays off ball, he's really good at catch and shoot ideals, right? Like he can impact the game that way. It's just depending again, really on the matchup and who he's going against. Because you see, like tonight, it got to a point where they were just attacking Jose at all costs, right? Like they were just trying to get switches. And
caught an elbow to the face or something. 2-5. What
he always kind of catching Paul's like elbow,
shoulders,
and arms, in the neck, shoulder area, face area. Like, hey, it's a part of basketball.
And to shout out to Clay, I'm sorry, I wanted to answer your question, Clay. The luxury tax and the tax is the same thing. You got this Abrams. Like right now, the Pelicans are $31 million from like in the offseason, this upcoming offseason, from the luxury tax, but they're about 34 million from the first apron. So the ceiling is really probably 30,999,999, something like that. It's not going to be a tax team, and you shouldn't be a tax team if you're not good. Like, because you don't know what this team is going to be moving forward, and you want to give yourself some room. But
you know what's crazy, Chad?
Go ahead.
There's two teams in there that pay the tax, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
it's
the Pelicans.
It's OKC and the Pelicans, right?
Is it OKC as well? But it's definitely the Pelicans.
Pelicans one more.
It might be OKC. I mean, but
that would make sense.
But look at where OKC is right now.
Yeah,
because they traded well, they've drafted well, they developed well. Like
that's what people don't understand, bro. And we talk about this all the time on this show. Like, shout out to Corey. Corey said dump Hawkins and roll with Boston. In my opinion, here's the thing: the fact that even makes sense. It's Charlotte.
Yeah.
The fact that what Corey says makes sense is a problem. And it's not all Jordan Hawkins' fault. Sometimes you can land in the wrong, situation, land in the wrong organization, what have you. But it's like, shout out to Jay. But it's like, bro, you just got this guy off the street, and he's giving you a little bit more game to game on a consistent basis than Jordan Hawkins has, who's your lottery pick, right? You've had Dyson Daniels, Kyra Lewis, what's my man's name? Jackson Hayes. I know it was 17th, but you've only hit on one lottery pick so far, and that's probably Yves Missi. And
Yves wasn't a lottery pick.
Yeah, what he was? I thought Yves was pick 14 or something. What pick was he? Like 16, 14?
Wait, hold up.
Yo, what pick was Yves Missi?
21.
21. Oh, I'm tripping. So you hit on one first round pick. Well, him and Trey. That's later in the draft, right? So, but the lottery is where you find those game-changing players that change the trajectory of your franchise. You can't continue to miss on those type of guys. You just can't do that. And so far, you got several misses. 3-4, your lottery picks ain't even on the fucking team no more.
And don't Chaz, go ahead, Jared.
No, I was going to say, it's funny how they do a really good job of like even drafting, right? Like past the lottery. Like almost when guys are not expected to have like high evaluations, that's when they're really good at it. It's almost like they shouldn't even draft in the lottery if I'm the Pelicans, just because you don't do a good job of seeing the pure talent of really high talented guys in the upper tier of the draft. You do better with the latent times of drafting. You can look at Trey, you can look at Yves, you can look at Herb, as even examples of like a Jose undrafted.
Yeah,
plug and play guys, multiple years of college basketball.
I was about to ask you that, Five. You think it's a matter of them being good with upperclassmen, like guys who already have a real skill set coming into the league?
Yeah, because at that point you don't have to cultivate anything. You already know what they look like. You know what their games. You don't have to build anything. These guys that are, higher level draft picks, you have to shape and mold them. They come in thinking, I'm going to be the guy.
Yeah.
Like, how do you transition that thought process in like, hey, this is how you help us win? And they haven't done a really good job of that. Look at Dyson, look at Kyra, look at Jackson, like even look at Nod to a degree. Like you didn't do a good job of adding value to those guys while they were here to help you have a successful basketball team.
Yeah, like I think someone had a really good point. Flight Mizard, he said, how could Hawkins contribute to our team? He's a specialist, an icing player we can't afford. I think he mean like icing on the cake. Player we can't afford right now. Boston's more valuable than Hawk at the moment of our franchise. I think Hawkins, because he has had some impressive games, but if like zooming out and just looking at the totality of his like basketball career, like Clay, this is a great observation about Clay. Hawk is an 83% free throw shooter, right? For a game, for the game he plays, should not be that low. I don't know what Matt Ryan is shooting, but it's probably about like high 80s, maybe 90. I would imagine. I don't imagine Matt Ryan get a lot of free throws either. but it's still like, bro, you gotta at least do what you was drafted to do, and that's the problem with the Pelicans. Draft Kyra. Kyra can't fucking bring the ball up the court. You drafted him to be the point guard. You drafted a shooting specialist who's not a good shooter, or like he's not, quite a good shooter. You drafted Dyson Daniels to be your point guard in the future. Dyson Daniels can't fucking dribble. Like, can't dribble with his head up, can't shoot, can't do nothing, right? You draft Jackson Hayes to be a center. He turns out to be a power forward in year fucking 3 or 4. You just let him walk out the building. You drafted Kill Alexander Walker to be a point guard, shooting guard, like hybrid. He goes to Mini, his like 3rd, 4th team, and becomes a role-playing wing. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, and look, he said, Spectacular Insight says Matt Ryan, 89% free throw shooter his career, 100% this season. Ain't that a bitch?
Can we?
How many minutes?
How many minutes? Matt Ryan, if you know, or how many games played Matt Ryan, Go ahead, Justin. I'm sorry.
As I was saying, if we're speaking about David Griffin, like just roster construction and draft and everything like that, right? Me and you were talking today.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Compare the Paul George trade with OKC and LA compared to the Anthony Davis trade with the Lakers.
Right.
The Pelicans trade Anthony Davis. They got Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram. Lonzo's gone. Josh Hart's gone. You got traded in the CJ package. And in those draft picks, I think you got Herb Jones and maybe did you get Trey Murphy or no?
Well, you got the 4th pick and you traded it.
Traded it for number 10, so you landed with Jackson Hayes and then Nikhil Walker, right?
And Herb, you got a second, so Herb
could have gotten the 4th pick, right?
Yeah, you got the 4th pick. They traded it for 8 and 17, and the pick that Herb ended up being drafted with.
Yeah,
fine. Whatever. Then, so that's your trade right there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you got a couple draft picks, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart. You are about a couple months away from Brandon Ingram just walking. So think about this. For the Anthony Davis trade.
You sure he can walk on that ankle?
I don't know. I mean, all 3 of those guys are gone. Your draft picks of Herb and Trey or whoever you got, pretty good. Now let's talk about the Paul George trade with Oklahoma City and what Oklahoma City got. Oklahoma City got SGA, who's going to win MVP this year.
Okay.
They got Trey Mann. Then they struck gold on Jalen Williams.
Okay.
It's right there. You got
right there.
An MVP and a major role player right there. Then you get Chet Holmgren.
Okay.
Then
you get this wasn't a part of Paul George.
Anthony Davis compared to Paul George. And this is what Paul George, this is David Griffin's first move. And it has resulted in this. And when OKC traded Paul fucking George, that's what they received.
And let me say this. I hope my dog don't mind, but De'Aaron Fox was very open to joining the Pelicans. I seen the tape.
Super open.
Yo, that was a little crazy.
Oh, my bad.
I seen it. But look, we saw the tape. Like some of us saw the proof. Like, bro was super open to joining the Pelicans. And I don't hate the CJ thing in hindsight, but it's like opportunity cost, bro. Like levels. Still like it's levels. Like what? I'm not sure we wouldn't still be here where we are anyway. Oh, shout out to JB. He said Brandon Boston has 10 games left before the 50-game limit. It's his Pelicans career based on the trade deadline at Hawkins. I believe so, bro.
I told my friend I went tonight.
Yeah.
They were like, I was like, damn, I haven't seen Brandon Boston play in a while. He's like, why? I was like, because he has a 50-game limit where you have to sign him to a real contract.
Oh.
And they get signed to a real contract.
Shout out to Jack and Marcelli. He said, don't forget OKC traded Russ for CP3 and 4 first-round picks. And CP3 was the guy. And they took a risk on CP3. CP3 was totally distressed at the time in Houston. Yep. He taught Shai Gilgeous-Alexander how to win, how to become a winner. Man,
bro.
Hey, we go again. This is my analogy or
picks.
Dog, CP has taught a lot or impacted a lot of guys' games.
Hell yeah.
What?
Like.
Like I thought David West wasn't very good before Chris Paul came around.
This is a heck of a take right here.
Yeah, the effed up is
Lonzo's knees messed him up for a couple of years, but yeah, Lonzo and Z had some really good chemistry. I mean, y'all remember those full court lobs?
I think what he messed up at, if I want to give David Griffin all the benefit of the doubt in the world, right? He fucked up the Lonzo thing, no question. Because once Clutch got in the picture and they like, bro, we not coming back here. Like, you trade me for Lauri Markkanen, right?
He's fucked up so many things.
Right? But when it comes down to the Brandon situation, how this was handled, bro, when you had everybody screaming it, I ain't gonna say everybody, but you had a few people like, bro, you gotta trade him now. This is it. Like, this is the watershed moment. And you ran all the way up to the edge and you just said, nah, I can't do it. You could have got the fucking number 2 pick. Charlotte was like, here, take the pick. Like, you could have drafted who you wanted. Me, I drafted Scoot Henderson. I know Scoot Henderson is controversial now, but if you wanted to draft Brandon Miller, draft Brandon Miller.
Right there.
If you want to draft the motherfucker who's, I don't know who went fourth or whatever, but if you want to draft somebody else, draft them. But bro, everybody was saying it. It's very rare. Like people want to talk shit. It's like, bro, do you realize the entire NBA world agrees with the things we saying on this show? Everybody's saying they should probably trade Brandon Ingram. Like, everyone's saying it. And they've been saying it for years. And David Griffin just, he just dropped
do you
the
think,
fucking
Chaz,
ball.
from what we talked about earlier today in the thread, like, do you think, like, Griff's can only make certain moves?
You mean I think it's remedial?
Like, do you think, like, he...
Oh, you about ownership?
Yeah, I think he approaches ownership and is like, hey, I want to make this move. Do you think...
I don't think that. Because I don't think Brandon sells tickets. Not to say Zion does. He
Well,
don't
Brandon's
really play.
got a big following.
Yeah, but them dudes.
Brandon has a big a decent internet following.
Yeah, he has like an internet like stan presence. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
like putting seats and putting butts in seats. I don't think so.
I agree with Jesse Davis. It's pride. You can't let the cornerstone of the main piece of the Anthony Davis trade. You got to try everything in your power to make it work.
This is what Griffin's thinking about. He's like, dude, if I have to trade Brandon Ingram or he walks for nothing,
I gotta admit that I lost.
And like that was like your first move, and
but people lose sometimes. And the thing,
Chaz, it's a major when you compare it to OKC. It's a major loss, dude.
But
it's a major loss.
It is major, but here's the thing, though. The comparison is a thief of joy. First of all,
yes,
you would never be, like Griff. You never was good nowhere you was ever at. So it ain't like you like, damn, I fell off. You never was shit. Secondly, it's like, bro. At the end of the day, shout out to Dino the 60, man, new member. We appreciate you, big dog.
Nola.
Yeah, make sure y'all hit the join button, hit the like button. But it's like, Griff, dog, you lost. That don't mean you had a chance to break even. You had a chance to,
bro.
Chaz,
you draft Brandon Miller.
Chaz, you could have fucking reset it, bro.
If you could have reset it,
just fucking trade.
If he would have just accepted the loss earlier, right?
Yes,
you reset.
When AD and Bron won a championship in the bubble, just say, hey, bro, I lost. And then you could have reset everything at that point. But you almost had to like prove the world wrong. Right. Like
ego.
You kept doubling down on dumb shit like, hey, bro,
Jamal,
what the fuck are you looking at?
Jamal, like Brandon Ingram hasn't played more than 64 games in a New Orleans Pelicans jersey. So like, yeah, we can talk about Zion and all this other shit. Brandon misses a lot of fucking games too.
But Jamal, also, here's the thing. Even with that season, even when Zion got out, that's the same year Brandon had the toe injury, brother. That's the same year.
And is that the concussion year too?
Yeah, that's the concussion year.
That's kind of funny. He missed 29 games with the toe.
Like, it's like, bro.
He's missed 2 months. We don't have an injury update right now. Like, look, it was a severe ankle sprain, sure, but you know,
it's like
we've been told something a little different. But
you can't have two of these dudes. That's really the bottom line.
Can't two of them.
You can't have
if
two.
You have one of them, it's going to be Zion over Brandon.
Yeah, if you can have one, just go with the better player. You know what I'm saying? that's really what it boils down to. But we gonna get into some fan questions, man. Yeah. Y'all ask some good questions. Y'all showing major love tonight.
Especially but this is a good crowd.
Oh, with the light, I think we gotta be over 150. What the lights looking like, people? Can someone give us a an update, please?
See, Co, that's what I'm talking about, Co. Like they act like fucking Brand. Zion's played more games in a season than Brandon has. Zion played 70 last year. Brandon's the most he's played 64.
The crazy part is I'm trying to see people act like son's just some hellified motherfucker. It's like, bro, you was by yourself. It didn't really work out, right? Then players start coming back. He goes out. DeJounte comes back. He goes out. He missed a few games. Returned for Phoenix. Had a quality game. Next game, he's out with 5 points. And it's like, bro, it's like it's about next season is year 10. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's year 10. He's never won a playoff series. Like, what are we talking about?
It's season 10. About 6-7 coaches.
This is fucking crazy.
This is the thing. Look, bro, think about this. Hold on. Before I get to the fan questions, I gotta say this. I gotta say this. And I'm not targeting son, but these are the facts, right? You had who was all the coaches, man? Was Vogel his coach? Did Vogel coach him? So you had Walton.
Yeah.
Walton. They would have. No, I don't know if he had Vogel. Keep going though.
He had Walton. I think he had Vogel. I'm not sure. But you had Walton, Vogel, Gentry, Stan, Willie Green. And yeah, I'm counting Steve Kerr. Motherfucking what's homeboy name? Dude Spoelstra. Nobody could get you to play the right way. Like was Ty Lue there as well?
NBA and the USA
and Mark Few.
Bro, nobody could get you to play the right way. Like you got benched and cut from the USA team. You got benched in the fucking playing game last year. You got just demolished in the playoffs. It's you, brother. It's you.
Chaz had Luke Walton for 3 years.
Is Luke Walton? So Vogel never coached him?
Vogel came in. So I think Luke Walton finished 2019. Then Vogel came in. And I think Brandon was traded before that year. And
okay. But it's like, homie, it's year 10, bro. And it's not saying he's not a quality player, because I'd be lying. He is. Anybody make the All-Star game, they definitely is. You don't get paid like Brandon get paid and not be a quality player. But that might have been your peak. Like
the Phoenix series was his peak.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps talking about a Phoenix series that they lost 4-2 like 4 years ago. Like it's
it's like four fucking years ago.
You don't remember the Sun series? Yeah, it was 4 fucking years ago. Like we're in 2025. He doesn't play. And when he plays, he's not very efficient. And he shoots mid-ranges over 3-pointers. Like
it's like
whatever. Have your thoughts about Zion, but it's not even close. If I have to choose one, it's gonna be Zion. And I don't think Zion's a professional either. I think they're both have
it's just it's the best of a bunch of bad options.
Like think how crazy this stat is. Zion, as someone put in the chat, but we talk about it all the time. It's been 6 years and Zion Williamson hasn't played in a playoff game. Not won a playoff game, not won a playoff. He hasn't played in a playoff game.
He's only been in 2 seasons where his team actually even made I don't count the play-in. We've been in 1 season where his teams made the playoffs. In 2 seasons where his team made the play-in, but he wasn't involved. Fuck. No, 3 seasons, I think. It might have been 2. But he only played 2 playing games? He lost the first. No, he played 1 because he played the Lakers. Zion.
Yeah, Zion
played against the Lakers with the hamstring game.
One, right?
Yeah, but it's like, come on, man. Like, but let's get to the fan questions because it's pissing me the fuck off. Shout out to Space African Jesus, man. Say Justin, they lost every game.
Stop, wait, Chaz, I can't wait. Stop, I gotta stop the show.
Oh my god, Magadosa, you might have to get banned for that. Right. You better be joking.
You comparing who to who?
Hold up.
Oh god. For the audio listeners, read the thing, Justin.
Nothing wrong with the mid-range if you can hit him, Justin. Michael Jordan's whole career was mid-range, dog.
Who? Michael, who? Come on now, dog. Come on now, man.
Magadosa, you went too far with that one, bro. You went a little too far with that. No, you went way too far. You could have said fucking Clyde Drexler or somebody. You said Michael Jordan.
Jeffrey? Michael Jeffrey Jordan?
Black Jesus. Oh no. No, bro. No, bro.
We're about to end the show. I don't know.
Yeah, let's just get to these fan questions. I'm telling you, it's late. People be that type. People drinking that wild Irish moss. It's people just out. Anyway, Killer Cam, he says, is this a game that shows Herb Jones' value? I guess he's talking about on the defensive end.
No, because they were giving up 130 with Herb, and I love Herb, but like, no, they're just a bad defensive team. Like Herb is covered up so much. They're still a bad defensive team with Herb. Like Herb's all world.
Do you think Herb returns this season, Justin?
No, I think he's out for the. I think he's out for the remainder of the year.
Better not.
I think he's gonna get surgery.
Okay, got it exclusive. You heard it here first. Herb's due for surgery. Allegedly, who knows? But allegedly. But I will say this, Herb, you got to sit down. Herb does not sit down on the sidelines, bro.
But as a teammate, as a guy, like as a teammate,
you love that. But I'm like, Herb, chill, wear a sling or something. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Herb's dude. That's why I love Herb Jones. Like, Brandon didn't get up one time tonight. Like Herb Jones is like in like every possession he's standing up talking. Like he's the man.
He hasn't had surgery yet, right?
Nah.
Oh, well then, yeah, let him stand up, Chaz. Like he hasn't. What is it going to do? Make it worse? Like,
because I'm like, maybe he got on a figure 8 brace under the hoodie. Because I'm like, even every time there was an and one, he was like, yeah. I'm like, what are you doing?
Damn. Wait. Space African Jesus, a member for 10 months.
Yeah, my dog.
Michael Jordan, DeMar DeRozan would be a super generous comparison.
Bro, if you told me he was DeMar DeRozan light, I might accept that. Because like all them KD, Michael Jordan, all them comparisons, man. Is it dope or dog food?
I was on the dog food. I thought he had a chance, man. I really did.
Shout out to Derrick Grove. He said, Derrick Grove said, I ain't Michael Red.
All right, hold up.
You
guys want to bet? No,
he's trolling. He's trolling. You
can't put Brandon Ingram and Michael Jordan in the same sentence. Like,
he got a lot of common with Mike Beasley.
We just gotta be better. We just gotta be better.
He got a lot of common with Mike Beasley. You know what I'm saying? No, he likes to partake in the plant.
Spectacular. It's like Michael Jordan
wasn't even that good. Michael Jordan, Tony Kukoc carried that guy. But
Scottie Pippen was talking crazy a couple weeks ago. Saying I would have.
That's all Scottie does.
Scottie, chill out, bro.
That's all Scottie does.
It's like Klay Thompson saying the same thing. Like,
Klay, they gotta fly Klay fucking limbs back separately. Like Klay be looking old. So Klay
got old quick.
He did, boy. Yeah. You see, us light-skinned people age bad sometimes. You say any news y'all got on trades? Herb Brandon to Toronto potentially. We spoke about that a little bit. I don't know how much it was, exploratory, but I do from people I've been watching who cover the Raptors. They do want to put some talent around Scotty Barnes. They got Grady, who's playing very well for them. Emmanuel quickly hasn't even been playing, and they still managed to win 5 in a row. Yeah, they beat the Wizards and the Pelicans, but still you gotta be who you beat. And they also beat the Celtics and the Warriors, though. So they ain't like they out here just beating punk bitches. So I hope they go for that play-in spot. Me and just go ahead, trade for old boy, man. We legal in Canada. Heard about the spectacular insights. I heard Porter and Atlanta for Brandon is an option. Would y'all take that? Man, at this point,
yeah,
why not?
You have to. If that's an option, you take it. You have movable salary, and then you have a center.
Hopefully you get a first or a second with that. At this point, fuck it. Why not?
Or let them walk. Like those are your options.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say it. Shout out to Dr. 318. He said, thinking about Toronto, Porter ain't bad. Perfect compliment to Missi. Yeah.
Jared said this whole time. The perfect veteran to put Missi around would be Jonas Valanciunas, but couldn't do that.
Yeah. Russ, come on. It's like JV. Damn, most of these are just whatchamacallits, memberships, man. We really appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate the new members.
Shout out to Sam. He's saying, in all honesty, the most players fit with this version of Zion. If you can shoot and dribble and rebound, yeah. Like I never understood the concept of it's so hard to build around Zion. It's like, was it hard to build around Russell Westbrook? Was it hard to? It's not hard to build around the best player. You adjust to the best player.
Yeah, you just needed to play basketball. Like like it's a bunch of guys dribbling, passing, and shooting and playing defense. Like I don't
like that's
bro,
what
there was a couple plays tonight where look, this is my first game of the year. I'm watching Zion. He's doing shit. I'm like,
of the season, Justin, not just the year. It's of the season, right?
Yes, of the season.
Wow.
Like the way he finishes around the rim and like how he just bodies through contact and his touch, like I ain't ever seen this before, bro. Like the and one, Jarrett, the guy hacks his arms. He loses the ball. It hits his shin. Somehow he gains possession and flips it up and goes in. And I'm like, that's not normal. The shit he does is not normal.
It's like Kyrie, bro. But the issue with Zion's always been off the court and being healthy. Like that. That's the issue. And to me,
so then how do you handle that, Chaz? Like, how do you
personally, it's on him to handle it. Really, you gotta step the fuck up and man up. You know what I'm saying? You're getting paid and get slimy Griff, freaky ass, degenerate ass out of here, dirty bastard. I'm trying not to expose him, but wait till the cops get a load of this tape. Shout out to young prospect. He said, when we trade BI and CJ, got to make sure we get a starting center to back up PG by any means. Absolutely, bro.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because you don't want to be in a position where Jose kind of goes out again. Then you run in Brandon Boston at the backup one. And shit, you still got to make a way to sign Brandon Boston. If you can't create a roster spot and get out of the tax, Brandon Boston could just walk in this offseason because Clutch ain't got no loyalty to nobody.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'll be honest. I think it's super important to trade Brandon and CJ right now.
Yeah.
Super important.
Yeah, I love CJ. Yeah, Jared, you're completely right, man.
It's like franchise altering and
yeah, like if you do, I think it
for real.
To a certain degree, it gives Trey, Zion. I say DeJounte just because he's in the mix. But
those three look good together.
They do. Yeah. And just give them an option just to play freely. Like, hey, bro, we don't give a fuck what happens. You're not supposed to make the playoffs. We really don't want to.
Zion skipped out on media availability tonight. To your point about professionalism, frustration starting to set in, guys. Lose by 1 point. Nobody gets a tech for you.
So he didn't speak to Grubb. He didn't speak tonight at all. So he was supposed to go to the podium because there's some players in the organization don't have to go to the podium.
Yeah, that other Matt Ryan, man, you do your fucking job. Like, can we get some guys to speak? You know what I'm saying? That's all right. We'll just hear from Daniel Tice. Like Tice, so they kept leaving you open. What do you think about
Tice's corner three was wild.
Yeah. Oh, yo, in the
it was like 17 left of the shot clock left.
It's like, yo, what are you doing?
We're on like a major run, and I'm like, hey, let me stop the. You know what? Perfect tank job right there. Tice, hey, Tice, hit that corner three.
I kept tweeting, put Tice back in, please. This shit's getting out of hand. Trey catching two back-to-back alleys and shit.
His last 2 minutes of the third was some of the worst basketball I've ever seen, and then they started him on the fourth.
Did you see the hook, like the little hook floater he tried to do?
It was crazy.
Like Tice, ain't you like? I forgot he like 6'7" though.
Oh wow, yes he was. Yes he was. He walked out on it.
Hold on. So he walked into the media room and then walked out, or
I think
maybe he was scheduled to speak. Greg, you have to clear it up, but maybe he was scheduled to speak and didn't show up. Maybe
might have been.
He said he heard him in the hallway though. So.
Hope he was cursing the motherfucker out. Shout out to Grubb, man. Like Grubb is like one of the best people in that building, man. For real. We heard him in the hall.
Hey, shout out! By the way, we got shout out Chris Connor doing a spot on WWL.
Oh yeah, shout out to Chris.
Steve Geller. That was Chris. That was awesome. If you haven't checked it out, I was on WWL 870 yesterday about 6:30. So shout out Chris.
Shout out Chris
and WWL. Appreciate.
This is also another Christian Clark return game.
Was Christian here tonight?
I hope so.
Christian was here.
He wasn't.
See him. I didn't see him.
Okay. Shout out to Ego Trip. Oh my bad.
Sorry,
go first.
No, he was supposed to go first, and he just kept it moving. That doesn't sound good.
A lot of toxicity in that building, man.
How many minutes did Zion play today?
He played 28.
That ain't enough. But what's Smokey Mama said?
Make it enough.
Make it enough.
To me, it's about 3 too many. Game was getting close. I'm like, Zion, you gotta sit down.
Christian was there, bro.
Right. You see? Ego Trip. He said Stealth Tank still in play or Willie fumble. They're not trying to lose, Ego Trip. They not.
Willie did fumble.
It's Willie Green, bro. They're not trying to lose. What you saw in the building, Justin? What you think? You thought it was tanky?
The Daniel Tice 3 was.
Oh yeah.
Daniel Tice 3 was. No, I thought they tried to win. But Dallas.
The Pelicans suck so bad that you think they're doing it on purpose.
Bro, you got nobody stop Kyrie, and you couldn't box out Gafford. Like
Daniel Tice Porter.
Dallas is just better than you. Like even without Luka, Dallas is better.
Shout to Brandon Scoop B. He said Milwaukee Bucks have heavy interest in guard Jose Alvarado. League sources tell me this.
Really, you just send me that?
No, I just saw it on Twitter just now. Shout out to Scoop B. Yo, I'm gonna tell you this. We know Jose and Brandon, tied at the hip. He's certainly tied at the dinner table the way Brandon be nibbling on Jose. So normally when you hear something from Scoop B pertaining to Brandon, it's usually on the money. So Brandon, Jose, So I don't know. I say trade everything you can, get in all the seconds and shit you can. And Jose I think Jose is on a minimum contract right now, or he might be below minimum. If so, you can trade him to a team with any type of cap situation. If he's below minimum, you can trade him to the Milwaukee Bucks if they have a roster spot, and you can get seconds. They don't have to be below that second apron, but you got to do it now. If you do it in the off season, it's going to be an issue. Shout out to Flight Mizark, always showing love. He said, how could Hawkins... we already read this one, but shout out to you again, Flight Mizark. We got the lovely Rachel in the building. Hello, ladies. Shout out to Velvet.
Oh, ladies.
He said, what's y'all realistic ideal trade? To me, just do RJ and Olynyk for Brandon. I don't even need no picks.
I just take RJ. I can't believe people... Yeah, I just do it. I also like to see RJ and Zion play again together. I think that'd be fun too.
But
it'd be fun. It'd be fun.
Go ahead, Bob.
No, I was gonna say the realistic trade for me, the one that actually happens, because part of me still believes that they just gonna let it ride into the sunset and then try to re-sign them. And I'm like, how are you gonna do that? I don't like that's
exactly, Jared. Exactly.
I was about to say that too. Keep in mind, if they do somehow trade for RJ, CJ not long for this team. Pause. He gonna be out of here pretty soon because you still got to create cap space. But I think a CJ deal is easier to do in the offseason. To JB say, shout out to JB. I'm gonna read it again. JB, a member for 10 months. He said Brandon Boston has 10 games left before the 50-game limit. It's his Pelicans career based off the trade deadline in Hawkins. I think Javonte Green is good as gone. I think you can waive Daniel Tice. I don't think you would notice if you did waive Daniel Tice. I would try to move everybody I could get a second for, and I would just fill this roster up with 10-day players until the end of the season. I like Reeves, Carlo, everybody, get all the seconds you can get. Yeah, Kane, it's time to cut that Kane.
JRE.
if I could get a fake second or some cash for JRE, you're out of here too. Because somebody gonna look at JRE 3-point shooting numbers and say we could use that guy. He could be the next Kenny. What was a homeboy name, man? He went to OKC. Hustle? Yeah, he could be the next Kenny Hustle. Next Kenny Hustle. Shout out to DJ Nola, new member. We're gonna end it on this note. Right, it's the last fan question.
That's a good one.
Space Every D is that Michael Jordan, DeMar DeRozan would be a super generous comparison. So. One more home game before the trade deadline. You guys think we see Brandon?
No.
Okay.
And I don't think they trade him.
You don't think they trade him? All right.
I don't think they trade him. And I'm going to be really pissed off.
Hey.
Because then Brandon Ingram's going to come back and play. Like, could you imagine having Brandon Ingram?
You got to send him home, dog.
Bro, think about this. That's the last thing I think about. You want to you've been trying to trade Brandon.
Right.
You couldn't trade him.
Couldn't trade
now
him.
You're stuck with him for the rest of the year.
Right.
And what do you do, Chaz? Send him home?
Yeah.
He's gonna play for you? Like
PJ Tucker has him because to me, now, Brandon, now we got beef. Right? now we got beef. Because if I'm the Pelicans, I was telling everybody, and Griff was telling people, Brandon's gonna be back. So if before the deadline, so if I'm the Pelicans, it's like, you fucked over me. You told me you was coming. I know you can play right now, and you decided not to come back for the deadline. Clutch is pissed, and Griff is pissed. So to me, you going home like PJ Tucker, homie. Like you gotta go home because what I'm gonna do with you?
But how can you send him home?
PJ Tucker got sent home. PJ Tucker hasn't made an appearance this season.
Home.
How are you going to present that to season ticket holders?
Who gives a fuck?
What? They're not even.
He not playing now.
It's people that spend their money.
They don't spend it to see Brandon.
How are you going to spend that?
Man.
It's a new direction we going in. And then if you do come back, you're not sending CJ to the bench. You're not sending Trey to the bench. You're going to bench Missi and play Zion at the fucking 5. Come on. It's like, nah, man. Nah.
Ego trip. Yeah. The tickets are sold for this year, not next year, though. But I've heard a lot of people, man. I heard so many people tell me tonight, I ain't renewing.
My thing is, if they bring Slime back, I'm like, if I'm a season ticket custody, then I'm like, oh man, y'all better, because y'all almost lost my little money. Look, season ticket holders, if Brandon Ingram's availability or his appearance on that court is a major selling point to you, right? Something I need you to do.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Get up off of that lust, man. But that's been today's show. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the join button, hit the like button, share the stream. We'll be back Friday when they play them boys in Boston, man. Well, they play in New Orleans, but I hope everybody plays for Boston because you never know who's gonna play for them. But all right, y'all, we out.